ain't even put a CD out. So the next time you say that I ain't got no lyricists, I just think you ain't got a taste for this exquisite shit. My verses are like Leviticus to the underprivileged. I make music for the world, you make music for a stripper bitch. Nick black leather, beret cap era, guns at your capital, take it to that measure. It's Huey, nigga. It's Huey, nigga. Never been a victim, a rebel against the system. Lames wanna diss them and women just wanna kiss them. It's Huey, nigga. It's Huey, nigga. It's that God flow, what they nailed Jesus to the cross for. And he came back 3 days after he died flow. This Pablo, talking to kids in Chicago, mob flow. This that midget New Jersey drive flow. Side note, I wrote this rap with my eyes closed, bravo. Cause it came out clean as the Moss flow, Costco. Hoes selling they twat for a condo. Benny Hunters and Roscoe, Picasso. Nas mixed with a pop flow. Rappers can't stand me. This that Grammy Nas flow. Let me stop though, cause I'm going digital with the syllables. Saw the press and the royalty like residual. These hoes for me, they supposed to be hospitable. When they in the house with a nigga that's not typical, that's not fictional. I run this bitch like elliptical. Can another rapper come out of Atlanta if he not lyrical? Nigga, black leather, beret cap era, guns at your capital, take it to that measure. It's Huey, nigga. It's Huey, nigga. Never been a victim, a rebel against the system. Lames wanna diss them and women just wanna kiss them. It's Huey, nigga. It's Huey, nigga.
This that shot right, where out of towners die at. I advise you book your flight now and fly back. Gangland, bang then, what you claim, fam? Box Chevys, foreigns, $150 flow. Young nigga got bitches at the 50 though. 50 pack done, good, drop off 50 more. My city rough, but I made it in it. Trap house look like it's what K's invented. Trust nobody, even friends, look, I hate up in it. Riding dirty with your bitch smoking, wait a minute. LA garage with Illinois and Decatur in it. Nigga snitching, I'm like, way to win it. Nigga looking like a state defendant. Photo look like a two-door. My two-door look like a full-door. I'm cutting up, call me Zorro. Hit him in his mask, get him a body bag. Give me a track, get him a body that.
Good evening, everybody out there in the YouTube streets. It's your boy in the place to be, Sean P. I like to say ETM Hotel Rennie Sean. Welcome to Peace. My name is Sean. Today we celebrate the life of Kofi Paisai, LaBarris Nelson, pastor, preacher, minister, Mr. MLK himself. Before I get started, man, please like the stream, share the stream, tell a friend. We're actually live. Elder P is somewhere listening to us at this particular moment or on his way to his destination. If he hasn't already reached it, which he should have maybe hours ago. He's been off work since Tuesday, so you know what I'm saying? All he had is time on his hands. You know what I'm saying? So I do want to say happy birthday to brother Kofi and happy anniversary to Nanya and Kofi Paisai. That's how we landed down. Now, I don't know if he's going to show up right now, act like he don't see this stream. You feel me? It's on his phone. It pop up. He get the notifications. He's been tagged the whole 9 yards. But you know what I mean? Let's come and show Kofi some love. And before I actually get into the actual bill, I want to set the stage for what I'm about to go in on. So I met the brother Kofi when I became a little bit right before I became a member of the SESU. Watching the shows, 2015, watching the shows, and them coming on and doing the bills and breaking down the sesh. And you know what I'm saying? He's always been a humble guy. You can hear the country, the Mississippi in him when he actually talked, the way he pronounced words, mispronounced words, botch names up, whatever the case may be. You know, that's country Kofi all day long. he could be trying to say one thing and pronounce it a whole different way, but he's saying such and such. And we kind of give him a hard time about that. We always give him a hard time about that, but it's always love and received as love and never perceived any other way. Kofi has always been trying to be the Martin Luther King of the actual crew. You know, can we all get along? Let's make peace and move as unit and unity and things like that to try to accomplish certain things. And that's been one of his ultimate goals because from being in a lodge and working in different atmospheres and among certain individuals and things of that nature, he knew where the strengths were and where the weaknesses were and what could pry people apart. So he's been embedded in or entrenched in trying to always, be the example that he wanted to see, unlike a lot of people that, what I'm saying, kind of go through it all. So as I was saying back when I met the brother, you know what I mean, a humble guy, kind of conversated a little bit. But when I became a member of the SESU, the conversations increased, and Kofi kind of taking a liking to me. I'm not saying anything different that he didn't take a liking to every other member in the session, but he kind of took a liking to me, and you know what I'm saying. Individually, we would begin to have conversations. Kofi has always been a brother that was direct. So if he take a liking to you, or if he saw something in you and wanted the best out of what he think he saw in you, he would get to know you. He had no problem passing out his telephone number, making himself accessible to whoever path he actually crossed. Um, you know what I'm saying? So we kind of built this relationship, a brotherhood, and we just kind of gel no matter what I was doing or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? I always looked out for the brother Kofi, and I wouldn't let nobody try to jib him. I knew a lot of people took advantage of his kindness and they looked at it as a weakness, but it was never really a weakness. He was just a person turning over a new leaf, and he was trying to leave the old Kofi, the old B nut back in the day. And I think a lot of people took advantage of that and would use the brother at times, whether financially, emotionally, and otherwise, for the betterment of themselves. Whether it be relationships with significant others, ex-wives, or girlfriends, or anything like that, or whether it be some of these YouTube dudes and things like that. So I would constantly try to defend him and try to get him up out of the realm of, you know what I'm saying, be careful with this or that. And, I would always go on a rampage. And you know what I'm saying? That's for the love of the brother Kofi. Now, we would through the years we would continue to build on our relationship, and you know what I'm saying, when the session began to slow down, I began to doing some little presentations on Facebook Live. Well, I didn't know what I was doing would motivate or inspire Kofi. Like, real talk. Like, I didn't know that he would take a liking to what I was doing, and it would push a button in him that would drive him to want to do the same thing. I mean, I basically was just taking Wu Jawu's advice when he was talking about we need to put some presentations together so that we can present information on the channel and be able to do everything. Me, I'm so gun ho that, you know what I'm saying, I just took that as an initiative or an opportunity to be able to present some information and just kind of share some of the research and the things that I've been working on, because I wasn't afraid of correction or someone, say I was wrong here or there, or hey, I need to tighten this up or anything like that. I just tighten it up the next time around, because you learn. Well, I learn from my mistakes, and I try to minimize the repeat. And that's a habit of mine that I've always instilled within myself, because I don't my people think I got an ego, but I don't have that. You know what I'm saying? You can correct me on something, and then the next time I run down something and it's on the same topic, you can hit a correction through that moment. So I take to those things. So anyway, I would get insight and things like that, come out, provide, share information. Well, that inspired and provoked Kofi, and it provoked him to create a YouTube channel, and it's the channel that we're on right now today, that would allow us to be able to continue to build on top of that more than what we had coming for us. So now he builds Kofi Pie Side TV, the YouTube channel, but at the same time, we're sharing information on Facebook. So what Kofi decides to do is he was just doing his own thing. We would come on and support. He was like, man, you know what? Let's just form a group. Put the group together. The original members, me, him, and Separa at this particular juncture. And we working together and we create a chat so we can communicate. Our connection stay the way that it is. We all building and bonding and trying to organize the way the group wanted to go. A lot of the organizations and things like that was easy because Kofi was so entrenched in the lodge that he was already familiar with some of the fundamental foundations that he wanted to build the group upon. Through Kofi Pie Side TV, he would meet other members. So we bring in people like T'Challa, which was easy to do. And then, you know what I'm saying? He had taken a liking to Brother Vasa, who was at the time, heavily supporting Kofi and the channel and things of that nature. Bring him on board. Through the you know, after that, you know what I'm saying? Not really Vasa at that time. My bad, Sutek. Sutek. Cause we working and we seeing people working and involved in things like that. So we grabbing suit. We talk. It's quick too. We talking. Hey man, Sutek. Boom. We grabbing Sutek. Bring him on board. You know what I'm saying? Then we get Vasa. We get on board. We ain't even thinking about a book to this juncture yet, but we putting work in. And you will see through the earlier videos into the development and growth to where we get into transferring this information, we began to then put pen to pad. And one of the influences behind that was just us willing to try to do something different. We wanted to set a stage and a foundation of who the group was, and to introduce the group through book format and allow us to write our names in immortality with that ISBN number. So we continue to keep climbing and striving. Kofi being Kofi, he continued to build other relationships with people and try to get to know other people. And then that would come into the fold of what we actually had going on. That's who Kofi is. He, even though he knows that you might have some differences in ways and your approach may be different, he would look for the good in whatever it is that you was actually dealing with. Can we get through breakthrough, show these people how things done, and properly educate people? We didn't get as much help as we thought that we would actually get early on, but we did get some solid information from Unc early on when we decided to do the book. There was something in the conversation that we had with Unc where he was like, hey, you have a body of knowledge, you have this, you have that, put that together, boom, 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 boom. So then we started doing all the things that we actually needed to do. Yeah, before we get Sutek, he was over there fighting Hebrews and you know what I'm saying? But to be real, when we bring Sutek into the fold, because it was early, when we bring Sutek in the fold, he was already putting in work, researching West Africa, beating up on the Moors and the Hebrews, and he was constant with his information and things like that. But we saw Sutek everywhere we was at. You know what I'm saying? And I know he got introduced to us through Ben and stuff like that while watching Black Panther stuff or the Massa, whatever the case may be. But we got into that fold. Now, before Kofi joins the Massa, I get the call. You know what I'm saying? I come up to the Massa. Kofi was jealous. He was jealous, but he was supportive. You feel me? And I think that was because of our relationship. He was jealous because, man, he wanted to be in the mix too at the same time. But it took a little time for him to be able to get to the Massa. Not long, but a little time after that. And you know what I'm saying? When he became a member of the Massa, then it was like a relief for him. Why? Because we both was working. We both was putting in work, researching, learning proper methodology, and trying to make sure that our hearts and minds was in the right place to liberate the minds and the hearts of African people, whether on the continent or throughout the diaspora, right? this universal love for educating and edifying our people so that we can make sure that a lot of the information that comes before us, we can correct and move on. So here in the chat now, so we get up to that point. I know I'm a little all over the place, but I'm trying to connect the dots for everybody. So when we do form the group and we get ready to come up with the idea, it was T'Challa who orchestrated the title. He comes out in a meeting that we're actually having, talking about our work and things like that, and then we get the title to Volume 1. So now we standing on that. You know what I'm saying? So now we got Kofi, Satep, myself, Vasa, T'Challa. You know what I'm saying? We're a nickel bag of funk at this juncture. And we're holding it down and maintaining and doing what we need to do. And the brother, you know what I'm saying, kept trying to strive forward. So he creates a place where we can sell our books, an online store and things of that nature. And we come up with some quizzes and we try to do everything that we need to do with our first website. All of this was to push the brand forward. So everything that we wanted to do was to work toward the brand and push it forward. This was Kofi's idea, how he perceived Kofi Pie-Side TV and Kofi Pie-Side research team to be. So we get to that point, we're accomplishing these things. We get help from Brother Asar, who was instrumental in the first website and how we ran that, and pretty much, we did what we needed to do out of that. And then we began to just go on a writing tangent, and it seemed like everything that either he accomplished, I would accomplish, and then we try to push that energy and forward all of that on everybody else. So throughout the last, few years, we began to go on a run, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, you know what I'm saying? We get all of those, but then we have individual projects as well. But through that, we make connections. And it was through the lenses of Brother Chill, Kevin Chill Hurd, that we meet Sister LaDosha. Kofi and LaDosha form a tight relationship and began to build. They started talking about some stuff that we didn't even know anything about till he brought it to the table to us about the Gambia and Sister LaDosha's bookstore. Sister LaDosha having a library in the Gambia. So there was an opportunity that presented itself to us to where we, the Kofi Pie-Side research team, would get our book in that library in the Gambia. Now we would have to invest some of the money that we had saved to pay for the book to be shipped over there, which was pretty expensive. The books to be shipped over there, which was pretty expensive, but we get the books there. You know what I'm saying? Through a conversation in the way that we meet and we set things up, we establish the scholarship foundation for the school as well. These are all the things that help that Kofi was instrumental in orchestrating and bringing it forth. So now not only we get Black Panther on there, he got his own scholarship, Kofi Pie-Side research team, we got our own scholarship. We got our books over there on the continent, and not many brothers, listen to me, not many brothers or sisters that is in this community or around it can say they got books in Africa. Not only did we have our book in Africa, books, and we got 2 volumes over there. Not only do we have our books in Africa, we built the bridge. Not too many people can say they built the bridge. The elder, Professor James Smalls can. It's other people that got connections and things like that. But we literally built the bridge with no true ties outside of Sister LaDosha and Chill Hurd's introduction to her. We build a bridge for ourselves. So now we have other opportunities that are in store for us, and we just have to continue to work and accomplish those things. We decided to not be a YouTube group. And that was one of the fundamental principles. We needed to be the group that would actually be able to do the work. And because we saw an opportunity on YouTube and in this space where people were sharing information to be different than everybody else, the Kofi Pie-Side research team benefited, and it allows us to continue to evolve and grow. So shout out to Brother Kofi and his participation in the efforts in creating the group, formulating the channel, allowing us to be able to grow and develop and knock some of the things down that we need to knock down. So you're here, brother Kofi. I know you're gonna catch the replay because I know you don't have a lot of time. So I will say, shout out to you. This is your day. Happy birth anniversary. It's your birth and anniversary. So that's big. So tell Sister Nanya happy anniversary and happy birthday to my brother Kofi. And I wouldn't let today go by without actually doing the show and holding it down for the dear brother Kofi. Now, with all the kumbaya shit out the way, I want to take some people down memory lane with me, but I do want to start real quick with one of the funniest episodes. And we ain't done, Kofi. I know we ain't done. But I want to take everybody back a little bit. And this was an after show when we were talking about a saw is the standard when I did a video on a Amasi, and we just did an after show from that. And then we talked about Orisha learning and stuff like that. We were trying to have a whole nother conversation. However, you know what I'm saying? We had a brother join a panel with us. And for about an hour and 52 minutes, almost 2 hours, we were actually trying to walk with this brother on some of the things that he was saying and some of the claims that he was making, because he had argued with everybody from Facebook to YouTube channel to YouTube chat and so on and so forth. Well, Kofi was tuned into the show and he wasn't on board with us. As you can see, it's me. I forgot to talk about we bring in Chavez later because I you know what I'm saying, Chavez is KPRT all day long. And we had, Vasa left to go on and do some things for personal reasons, and then Chris fills his role for a little while. Then Chris gets ghost, and we bring in Chavez, and after that, you know what I'm saying, we had created something among ourselves, and Chavez was willing to do the work and put in the work to actually make itself stand out, and we get Chavez, and now it is what it is. We locked in with where we locked in at. We still a nickel bag of funk. So, but I want to take everybody back to this particular show. This was something that we did. It's an after show. On this after show, this brother comes on and he's actually having a conversation with Sutek Lumumba. You know what I'm saying? He repping Lumumba. So I want to start here, and I'm going to be on Kofi all day. I don't need nobody running away. I don't need nobody getting off the channel. I need y'all to like the show, share the show, and you know what I'm saying? I'm going to open it up, and we going to get it crack-a-lacking on behalf of Brother Kofi. So, Sister Nanya, I know that you're trying to celebrate your anniversary and his birthday, and you know what I'm saying? You're going to let him go swimming tonight. You know what I mean? He got his towel, he ready, all that sweet stuff. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all gonna enjoy all that, but just please, I just ask of you, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all old and the sun going down and you ain't got much energy to go to sleep tonight. So there's a small window here. Let me have a little bit of that small window. Kofi, go get you some tea, something that'll keep you up for a little bit. Well, you're gonna be up anyway. But Sister Naya, do not fall asleep. Keep the swimming pool open 24/7. And just rock with your boy while I'm doing this, because I'm trying to show love to not only Kofi, but you as well. Please, Sister Naya, don't make me call your phone on the live stream. But everybody know Kofi for being this guy that emulates character, talks about character, good character, being the example that he wants to see. Soft-spoken, preach-like mannerisms, who deliberates in a demeanor that one could say, okay, I could rock with Kofi. Now, he's more liked than everybody else, especially me. Don't nobody like me. So it's cool. But this ain't about me. It's about Kofi. So hopefully the people that actually don't like me can tap in just to support Kofi. But either way, that's neither here nor there, and I really don't care. So the brother is known for composure. Well, today, not today, but in this episode, Brother Kofi had enough. So I want to take everybody on this little trip with me for when your dear brother Kofi started cussing.
Say what it is. You can speak. Since you can speak, you can say it.
Can you explain to us the methodology?
I can speak on it all day long. That don't mean I can show the source.
Can you intellectually walk us through the methodology used to revive a dead spoken language?
Don't play that game with me. It's cool.
I'm not playing a game. I'm asking
you talking over somebody.
Demonstrate what you say. I'm not playing a game. So if this is not a game,
sir.
If it's not a game, then
you
please
on me talking,
walk us through.
And you can't be muted.
Actually, Chavez was already talking, bro. You interrupted him.
And he can allow you.
You interrupted him. Can he speak?
I'm answering his question.
Can he speak?
You interrupted him, bro. That's bitch shit. Where I'm from, that's
can you
shit.
Walk us through?
Now, y'all see that Kofi is not on the panel. Now, the stage is set. We got Sister Juju who tried to come and regulate and give us some feminine energy. And it just seemed like he tried to blow off Sister Juju's energy. Chavis is trying to talk to the brother without any weird information. Sutek is trying to get the brother to calm down a little bit. He turned up. And lo and behold, me out of all people as mute. I ain't saying nothing at this time. I am quiet as a mouse.
Hey,
we accepted all that, bro. We accepted everything that you said about how you came to that conclusion. We want to know the methodology.
I never finished how I came to the conclusion. You don't know.
Can you continue now? We're listening. Can you continue now?
But I never finished, sir, because you kept.
I know you didn't. That's why right now I'm telling you, you have the floor. You have the floor to explain.
I had the floor multiple times, and y'all cut me off multiple times. But when I cut you off, you mute me.
Go ahead.
That's cowardly, bro. That's cowardly.
Go ahead.
We apologize. Can you please explain?
When do they do that at, bro?
Hold on.
Nah, we apologize.
Hey.
Let's be for real.
Go ahead, Kofi.
Hey, mute his mic. Hey, look. Hey, what's this guy's name?
I don't know his name.
Okay, that's all I know.
Listen. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Let's. Hey. All right, let's award this brother. This brother is a guest, man. Let's not interrupt him. Let us. I want to hear what he has to say. We gonna let you speak. Nobody's gonna. No, hold on, brother. Nobody's gonna interrupt you. They're gonna let you speak, and once you get through speaking, then somebody else will speak behind it. Unmute his mic.
You want to hit his bullshit? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Unmute his mic.
Y'all. No, you're not. It's cool, though.
I can't hear him.
But that's like asking me what tribe was the A
listen,
group.
brother.
That's like asking me to prove
Okay,
what tribe was
listen.
the A group.
Hey, I'm on here. I'm finna let you. We gonna let you speak.
Pseudo.
We gonna let you speak, brother. Listen.
Still talking.
We're gonna just stop on here. We go.
That's like asking me
Listen,
to prove
I just stopped on here. I'm trying to get some order, brother, so you can speak. That's why I came
but
on.
You shouldn't have to. Because your people got decorum. Remember?
Okay, but listen,
remember, your
brother.
people have decorum.
Okay. Right,
Where's
but
the
I'm
decorum?
here. Listen.
Where's the
Brother,
decorum?
please, brother, listen.
It's
I'm
cowardly,
finna
bro.
award you.
That's
Brother,
why I said
please.
let's go live with me.
Okay, but now you gonna be listen. I come on here to try to help you out so you can speak.
No, bro, I don't want no help. I just want to even playing
You
field.
doing the same thing. Okay, well then, but stop complaining if
But
they
this is
talking
not
about you.
even
I'm trying to
complaining.
get
He's doing
I'm
my
trying
mic
to
in
get
the middle of
so
me
you can
communicating. How can I answer your question thoroughly? And he called what I'm saying pseudo before I even finish my thought on what I'm answering.
Again, like I just said, he's finna let you speak. We're gonna let you speak. We're gonna give you some orders so you can speak, bro. I didn't come on here to holler.
How many times you gonna have to say you're gonna let me speak and I still can't speak? But you don't mute their mic. That's why I said come on live with me. But he didn't want to come on live with me.
I just got on the panel.
He needed help.
I'm finna, hey man,
needed some help.
His ass out there, bro. He ain't finna listen to what I'm saying. I'm trying to get on here so I can get some order so the brother can speak. But I'm not. Hey, kick this motherfucker off here, bro. Kick this pseudo ass motherfucker off here. I ain't got time for that shit.
Hey, Kofi, now you see why we was mute.
Hold on, y'all. You know, this is the brother, right? Who this is Martin Luther King. This is Fed Up Martin Luther King. Y'all think I'm playing? This is Fed Up. This is Fed Up Kofi.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Unmute my.
Can you please?
Just please listen to Juju and then listen to me when Kofi said unmute his mic. I said, you want to hear this bullshit? I asked him. He said, yeah. So here you go.
Hey, hold up, y'all. Hold up, y'all.
When do they do that at, bro?
Hold up.
Nah, we ain't apologize.
Hey.
Let's be for real.
Go ahead, Kofi.
Hey, mute his mic. Hey, look. Hey, what's this guy name?
I don't know his name.
On camera. That's all I know.
Listen. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Let's. Hey.
I just want to let everybody know. Kofi said hold up 22 times in 45 seconds and wasn't nobody talking. I don't know if his AT&T internet at this particular juncture was malfunctioning or he was just getting a delayed response. But the only people talking is Chavis's children in the background because his mic is open.
Let's
talk, Kofi.
All right, let's award this brother. This brother is a guest, man. Let's not interrupt him. Let us. I want to hear what he has to say. We're gonna let you speak. Nobody's gonna hold on, brother. Nobody's gonna interrupt you. They're gonna let you speak, and once you get through speaking, then somebody else will speak behind him. Unmute his mic.
You want to hear this bullshit? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Unmute his mic.
No, you're not. It's cool though.
I can't hear him.
But that's like asking me what
Hey,
tribe was the A
listen,
group.
brother.
That's like asking me to prove
Okay,
what tribe is
listen.
the A group.
Hey, I'm on here.
It.
I'm finna let you. We gonna let
that's
you speak.
Pseudo.
We gonna let you speak, brother. Listen.
You still talking?
We're gonna just stop on here. We go.
That's like asking
Listen,
me to
I
prove
just
what is the A
on
group.
here. I'm trying to get some order, brother, so you can speak. That's why I came
But
on.
you shouldn't have to. Because your people got decorum, remember?
Okay, but listen,
remember, your
brother.
people have decorum.
Okay. Right,
Where's
but
the
I'm here.
decorum?
Listen.
Where's the
brother,
decorum?
please. Brother, listen.
It's
I'm finna
cowardly, bro.
award you.
That's
Brother,
why I said,
please.
let's go live with me.
Okay, but now you won't be. Listen. I come on here to try to help you out so you can speak.
No, bro,
But
I
now
don't want
you
no help.
doing-
I just want to even playing
You
field.
doing the same thing. Okay, well then, but stop complaining.
But
I'm
I'm not
trying to get
complaining.
some order.
He's doing
I'm
my
trying to
mic
get
in the
some
middle
order
of
so
me
you can speak.
communicating. How can I answer your question thoroughly? And he called what I'm saying pseudo before I even finished my thought on what I'm answering.
Again, like I just said, he's finna let you speak. We're gonna let you speak. We're gonna give you some order so you can speak, bro. I didn't come on here to holler.
How many times you gonna have to say you're gonna let me speak and I still can't speak? But you don't mute their mic. That's why I said come on live with me. But he didn't want to come on live with me.
I just got on the panel.
He needed help.
I'm finna, hey man,
needed some help.
His ass out there, bro. He ain't finna listen to what I'm saying. I'm trying to get on here so I can get some order so the brother can speak. And I'm not. Hey, kick this motherfucker off of here, bro. Kick this pseudo ass motherfucker off here. I ain't got time for that shit.
Hey, Kofi, now you see why we was muting him. He kept talking over everybody. He want to control the conversation and bully the conversation, bro.
And he not even really answering us. All he doing is taking us all around the world, bro.
Hey,
No.
Hold on. Kofi, you do realize that you just cussed.
We got you on.
I've come on here, bro, to try to help my brother out with some order so he can speak. Cause all I'm hearing is he saying, y'all speaking over him every time he speaks.
Okay, he wanted
Nobody's speaking over him.
No, though. That's why I wouldn't kick him. I just would.
I've come on here, bro, to try to help my brother out with some order so he can speak. Cause
No.
Need some help. His ass out there, bro. He ain't gonna listen to what I'm saying. I'm trying to get on here so I can get some order so the brother can speak. And I'm not. Hey, kick this motherfucker off here, bro. Kick this pseudo ass motherfucker off here. I ain't got time for that shit.
Kick this pseudo motherfucker off here, man. You heard, and I quote the great Kofi Pasa. You know what I'm saying? The brother that is so much about solidarity. He told me to kick this pseudo motherfucker up off the channel. And he meant every word. He wasn't playing with nobody. Kick this pseudo ass nigga up off the Yo. That was a legendary evening because the show began to be 5 hours long, all because Kofi cussed dude out. I wouldn't live that down. We replayed that the whole show. And anytime any new people popped up, we played it again. We would move on to some other stuff, right? But we replayed it again. I think we even showed some of the volume. We got into the little Mansa Musa stuff. Yep. We showed a little bit of volume 3. The questionable accounts of Malik Koi Can Musa. Yeah, we did do that on the show. We dropped the link and everything, but I do want to continue to progress the conversations forward because I want to take people back, man. I know, Kofi frowns upon that particular moment. He wish he could have deleted that show, but I know the show and he don't know the show no more, so he can't delete that. And it would be forever remembered as one of the, the highlights of Kofi Pi erupting on a pseudo. You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't do that, So I want to kind of go back a little bit. Oh, man, Sutek. Kofi Luther King. Hold on.
I had a dream that we would kick all pseudo-ass motherfuckers off the panel.
Yo. Yeah. Oh, shit. Boy, if you could have got Kofi's face in this do-rag right here, boy. This fool. This fool Kofi Luther King. Oh, man. Sutek ain't shit. Yo, he got Kofi Luther King in this bitch. Look at Kofi. Yo, hey man, you got my cheeks on, bro. Oh
man.
Pause.
Happy birthday, man, to the bro Kofi, man. Happy anniversary to you and Miss Kofi Pi.
Facts. Yeah, facts.
That was your pseudo top 10 of the year.
Thanks, Zane. That's true. But I want to kind of go back a little bit, man, and I want to show people some early Kofi Pi. You know what I'm saying? If you've never been on the channel before, or you have been on the channel and haven't went back farther enough to even understand what was going on, some of the earliest presentations that was actually done on the channel, Kofi has already lined them up. You know what I'm saying? We even, this is when we were working off of Facebook, and then we would upload the work off Facebook to YouTube, and then we would begin to start doing channels. So I want to go to the book discussion because this was 4 years ago. And as you can see, I think it's me, Kofi, and Asa M. Ka, which I forgot about. It was short-lived, but at this particular juncture, but Sutek will come on. Yeah, Sutek will come on here, but we were just talking about books, and we were making book recommendations and things of that nature. And I want to kind of, let me see if I can get Kofi in his vibe, because I want to get early Kofi out there to y'all. Now, y'all remember, let me not say remember. Now, this is Kofi in his old home, in his home, without all the stuff you see Kofi doing right now. I'm talking about the monitors, the cameras, the looks, the dreads, the flag, the books in the background, all of that branding that Kofi does when he goes live now. This is before all of that. But let's see what Kofi said in his introduction. Just peep game.
All right, we live, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Let me see something. I'm gonna have to go for my other phone too.
Now, mind you, Kofi has not changed this behavior whatsoever, no matter what the live stream is. The live stream will be live, and he still got to check all 26 devices that he owns to make sure that we live. And it's always a pause. And now we just get a little bit more creative because he's able to play his music and stuff like that. But he still be hesitating. As you can see, the Google Hangout link right there at the top left under the book discussion.
Yeah, we live.
All right,
Peace out,
we live. Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Let me see something. Go for my other phone too. Give me just a second, man. We're gonna get it in, get started. Get started. Well, I'm trying to go from okay. Yeah. All right. So tap right in there. So tapping raw. If he in here or not. But it started. Hold on. Let me go back. Well, before we get started, before we introduce the two guests I got on here, I always I'm hotel dua aku, which means I welcome in peace. I thank or praise the ancestors, dua nature, which I praise or thank the divine. Mojube, Odemare, Mojube, Oleran, Igun, Mojube, Iba E, Gun Kiki, Mafu, Iwa Pele, Fafmu, which I said, I praise the creator, I praise the divine, I praise and give all homage to the ancestors. Well, I bring forth good character and I bring forth peace. So before I get started with anything that I do, I always have to bring forth peace and I always have to bring forth. So hope everyone that's tuning in and may jump in the live stream later on, bring forth peace and bring forth good character, because that is a trait that our African ancestors and what we practice, building good character. So as you come in the live stream, try to practice good character and keep peace.
Now, this has been a staple of Kofi's since 4 years ago, ladies and gentlemen, almost 5 years. He's just got better at his greeting as time progressed because it started flowing naturally for him. But at the same time, he's always made an effort to tell people that when they come into the chat, to bring forth and display.
Travis in the back.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I gotta let this knucklehead and there you go. Boom, in there. Okay, there we go. So yeah, so as you can see, Kofi is still with us. This is one of the earliest shows. And like I said, I didn't want to play a lot of it, but I'm trying to have people walk with us. You know what I'm saying? We went through and we talked about the books, and we had a nice little bill right here. And we recommend things like that. So for people who aren't as familiar with Kofi Pasai, the research team, and things like that, y'all, you know, it is what it is with us. We've been putting in the work. Go back and check those shows out. Skeeter File. Why I forgot Mr. Skeeter File. All right, so hold on 1 second. Let me get to the next one. My mama just texted me about my little cousin who got a colostomy bag. Just got sent to the hospital. Yeah, he got hit up like he got shot a whole bunch of times, y'all. It's crazy. Like 8 times or something like that. Survived it. The guy with that bag though. All right, so I want to go to the next one. Now, I'm not gonna do the Yoruba 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna throw Garvey at y'all, but I want to let you know he was holding down a channel early on. He came back with the pro Black Power, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Early on, Black Wall Street, not Niagara movement. You know what I'm saying? He talked about certain things. What is the nature rule? You know what I'm saying? The 4 cosmology creation stories, 75 names of Ra, Black History 365, the sharing of our culture, you know, the voodoo presentation. Then I would do a presentation here. And next thing you know, kind of passing the baton here. Him and Dr. Maad ended up doing, you know, shows about the origins of Christmas. You know what I'm saying? We kept it Africa all the way through and through. This was something that Kofi, you know, took up on from the Seshu, is that he always, you know, the greeting, the Hotep Di Nasu. So, you know, we get into the Hotep Di Nasu with Sir Neb Jadu, Nature Ah, Neb, you know, I can't say it all in my head right now without saying it, but he would pay reverence to whoever who had transitioned or deceased, and we would continue to build. I don't know if many people remember his African dance, but he tried to play a little music and, you know, do those things. So through the evolutionary process of Kofi, there's a ton of work here. You could pretty much tell the differences between my presentation and his, because he was always loud and colorful, and I was more persistent and direct in how things go. And we would bounce back and forth between the 2 channels. And I do believe this is where people would begin to think everybody was Mossy. You know what I'm saying? But there was a distinct difference between the research team and the Mossy Warrior Clan. But because me and Kofi are affiliated with the Mossy, you know what I mean? It would only, you know, those corrections would actually come. But we continue to build and do the work and go through a lot of things. Now, what I'm gradually doing is I'm about to get to something specific that I wanna play for people, and I hope I haven't passed it yet. If I did, I want to go back and I want to make sure that there's a video that I need to get into that's controversial. The Bajago people, Ghanaian, Basai matriarchy societies. Nah, that ain't the one. Don't run, Kofi. You know what I'm saying? Gullah Geechee language presentation. Nope. I gotta look at the views, cause they up there on this one. See, he stayed on the entertainment versus education with a Tuareg. This Sutek. This right here, this Sutek. With a Tuareg. The identity of the Yoruba, that ain't it. Where the one at, man? Where the one that got Kofi in trouble? Is it this one?
Nah, you talking about the female circumcision?
Yeah, what was the name of it? It wasn't female circumcision, though. Oh, we getting close right here, though, because look. Masturbation and homosexuality, coronavirus. Nah, this 2 years ago. Let me go back. It's gotta be. Where that come? Where the one that got the controversy? Hold up. Let me pause. Let me go down. Let me see. Nope, this one ain't it. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. This is it right here. Let me look at the chat. Because the women was going OFF and this Joker on this one, boy. Kofi got to talking about women having a snip. And it ended up being a war. Long history, Sutek. You believe that the brands like Nine West? Okay. It's somewhere around here. Kofi, what's the name of it? Where you at? It's on the Mossy. Okay. So you ain't uploaded over here. But anyway, I ain't gonna go over to the Mossy. But anyway, I don't want, Kofi had did a controversial presentation that led to some stuff that was instigated on another channel. We had Sister Cheryl, Mo, all the sisters was in there. And Garfield decides to do a show the next day and play some of what Kofi was saying, but was kind of like mocking him a little bit. Kofi took offense to that. You know what I'm saying? He took offense to it, which he rightfully should have. And he kind of got at Garfield about it. You know what I'm saying? Didn't like the approach or whatnot. Felt it was a little bit out of character. Think that he was doing it for views, whatever case may be. You know what I'm saying? Let Kofi iron it out, and it kind of got ironed out and flushed out. But it inspired a really a lot of conversation with the sisters. It was probably one of the presentations for me that as far as engagement, and is it this one, Understanding Polygyny? No, it ain't that one. Is this one?
He put the link in the chat to the one you talking about.
Yeah, it's got to be the Poirot then. It's this one. But hold on, let me get in the chat.
No, it's a presentation on its own. It's all about circumcision, female circumcision.
Well, it ain't gonna let me click on the link. But I believe that's the sisters. This was one of those presentations that allowed them to make their presence felt. And I haven't seen that many women on one stream that was boisterous. Let me just kill it real quick and just go into the chat and grab the link from Kofi. Gotta play this. Boisterous. Let me just hate him myself. Oh yeah. So first of all, ladies and gentlemen, look how long this show is. This show is 5 hours and 22 minutes. Kofi presentation was over. This presentation was over 3 hours now. Hold up. Yeah, this was 3 hours. But I want to let me see if I can minimize it and get to the chat. Because I want to show y'all the women involved in this. As you can see from the views, it was 1,217 views off this particular video, all over female circumcision. And in this, most women didn't really speak. You see Lisa, you see Mo, you know what I'm saying? You don't see really you see Simply Neek, you know what I'm saying? You see who else on here? There are some other people. Some of these names I don't even see no more in chat, just to be real.
Kofi scared him away with the female circumcision, man.
Man, he did this. He got crazy. You see Mo, Lisa, Mo, Mika, like these people on the panel. These people like really on the panel, but they just on pause right now. After Kofi does this, the Tremis, you know what I'm saying? Let me see.
What things that were brought in by the Arabs. All this craziness. The first female circumcision awareness week will climax on Saturday, February the 10th, with the Madame Yoki Festival in National Stadium of Freetown, a celebration of the Zowiskis of women leaders in bundles. So now they have an thing because you got people over there fighting. Celebrations of the Zowiskis. Remember, the Zowiskis are the elders of the Bundle Secret Woman Society. These are the women, so in hierarchy, these are the women who take place in the circumcision or long take place with the other people with the legba of the moyi. These are what we call doctors and nurses today. These are people who were studied for years. And I'm only speaking for the Bundle Society because I delve even deeper with them. I can't speak for the Mali, even though I gave you the cosmology and where this thing comes from about the Mali people, the Dogon people circumcising, and the Kono people circumcising inside the Bundle Society, who also were descendants or had ancestors from Mali. I also showed you from the Rundell people and the Kinkinyu people where the missionary came in. This missionary, I showed you the missionary, her name, and actually called it sexual mutilation when she seen the Kikuyu people. Then I showed you the anthropologist, this white anthropologist, who also came back into Kenya, but came in up under another ethnic group in Africa called the Rendell tribe, who actually circumcised their women right before they get married. So I'm giving you perspectives from both sides and from all the people. So, but the bundle, the Zoistas, now they are starting to acknowledge and celebrate the Zoistas are celebrating these doctors and these nurses because these people were skilled in what they was doing. Heritage that symbols both the female and male circumcision. The festival is an opposition to the United Nations dehumanizing, racist, and sexual so-called zero tolerance of female genital mutilation day, which now the outside perspective, when we talk about the WHO, the United Nations hired the WHO people and other organizations to come in to coerce a lot of the African women in there. Hey, look, if you, and specifically the people that doesn't practice it.
Let me stop. Now look at me in the chat. I done muted Cheryl. I done, Lisa, your sources are irrelevant. Everybody, I got all, look, they mad. They mad at Kofi, and then they mad at me because I'm defending it. Lisa mad, Neat mad, Trimus, why am I in timeout? Look, I done muted all the females because they flooded, listen to me. This is why you see all men right here. Look, me, muted, Mo muted. You probably ain't even read the comments. They going in on Kofi. They going in on Kofi. All he doing was just speaking to the facts. Now watch this. So Kofi gets done with the presentation, right? He played a war song.
And the clitoris became popularized in 1960 when the pornography in getting the information and giving you both sides, exposing the people who came up with female genital mutilation, the writers who perpetuated it and took forward, started writing about it, and it took off. People based their opinions about female genitalia, about woman circumcision without actually doing any work, just assuming things ever since the 80s, and we've been running rapid with those assumptions. And a lot of what we're talking about is not based in facts. And then no one is talking about the perspective from the African, or even talking to the people who have been initiated, or even going into the minds of the cosmology of the different groups of people and getting an understanding on why they are doing it. And then again, I saying this one thing that I do agree with for the circumcision that I do see is particularly dealing with the Zowiskis, that they feared that the women will understand that their clitoris could bring an organism, and they didn't have to have an organism. They didn't have to. They will actually perpetuate masturbation. And there are cases in Europe that they actually did excessive masturbation on the white women, and then they outlawed it in Europe for a small period of time. This gynecologist actually started doing the procedures of outlawing excessive masturbation. So they started doing woman circumcision in Europe. Look it up. For a short period of time, this gynecologist's name, I can't even think of his name, but they began to do it because the women started saying they don't need the man anymore. So they started pleasing themselves and started acting in homosexual behavior. I don't need a man, girl. So I'm just giving you the perspective from them. And again, I see it in real time, particularly with our women today. I have dealt with a few women who actually, if I couldn't get to them, they went right in the drawer and took out the thing and hit the clitoris up and had an organism. I don't need you. Or it's too late. I'm done now. I don't need you. I'm done. And a lot of it, as you know, so we see they're pleasing themselves, or women getting other women to please themselves by having oral sex. And majority of them that have oral sex, what do they hit? They don't go inside the vagina. They attention is strictly on the clitoris area. And the clitoris became popularized in 1960 when the pornography industrial took off. And a woman can be pleased without the clitoris. She can actually be stimulated, have an orgasm from the walls of the vagina.
Okay, but I have a quick question.
Go ahead, sister. I'm glad you on here. Go ahead.
Why does that bother you?
Now, the panel is thick, as you can see. We got Sister Cheryl, who some of y'all have never met unless you watch earlier Garfield economic shows and things like that when he brings on Sister Cheryl. Sister Cheryl and Sister Mo work hand in hand with government contracting, educating, and teaching certain people. Now, I want to also show, for the record, let me make this a little bit big on the screen. If you look over here in the chat, you see Brendan. Yeah. You see African Emporium. Yeah. You see Jadorian. Yeah. Right? Simply Neat. You know, those are Lisa. I think we might see her sometimes. I don't know about, you know, if we do, but you see these people. Where they at today? But it is in this conversation right here where things get spicy. Now, this would go to Garfield's platform, and this part of it would go to this platform, and then it would be made a mockery illegitimately because of the taste some people actually have. However, what Kofi was kicking was pure facts, and he was telling both sides of it. And some people took issue to that. But this is the type of research that we actually do, and we deal with actual research topics that other people you haven't seen on their channels or been able to elaborate on something as significant as this because they don't study some of the things that we actually study. I'm not saying that to diss anyone. I'm just telling you what we do over here. And basically, you know, this was a tough conversation right here. This is probably one of the toughest conversations that I've had to witness because it led to all of this right here.
So though that women can self-pleasure themselves.
Okay, why? Okay,
why?
So okay, when you look at nature, nature is designed for us to procreate. We say we always talk about everlasting life. If you go back to Kemet, we always talk about the Ankh. The Ankh represents life. We always talk about everlasting life. And then when you study the cultures in Africa, Africa demonized homosexuality. Africa demonized having children without being married. So now when we go into that, we talk about everlasting life. So in order to bring life on this planet, a woman and a woman cannot bring life. A man laying with a man cannot bring life. That is homosexuality. That is
But you know your point is still not being made, right? A woman can still self-please herself and go with a man. That I think your whole point of that is, and you say, wait, let me finish this part. Also, you're saying about nature, you know, do you know some animals self-please? I can name one off the top, and you can go look it up. Hedgehogs, they self-pleasure themselves all the time. And there's plenty of them still running around. So self-pleasing is not going to stop you from procreating. That makes no sense. And let me get into this.
Hold on. What you mean it makes no? And listen, again. Hold on. Wait a minute, Sister Cheryl.
What?
Hold on. Oh, did you listen to what? Did you listen to my presentation?
Oh, I listened to the whole 5 hours.
I'm not telling you. Listen, I'm not telling you to go get your vagina done. But only thing I'm doing, I'm showing you.
But you seem very passionate about something that isn't making sense. Just because a woman self-pleases, that's not going to stop her from going out doing it again.
Sure. So you saying that's right for a woman to please herself? You saying that she don't? Okay.
It's a natural act. Like I said, we did the comparison about animals. I just named an animal in particular that's self-pleasing.
What I want to say to this is that Cheryl didn't really listen to Kofi's presentation per se. She tuned in long enough for her to be able to argue something from a different perspective. For many people that actually watched the presentation, Kofi never said, you need to stop doing this or you need to stop doing that. His reference is speaking directly to Africa. Kofi is not speaking to Cheryl in America. Kofi is not speaking to you that is in America. He is dealing specifically with Africa and how they and specific African groups and how they deal with this whole thing. Now, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to kind of move on to the next point. What people still don't understand to this day is that America has always been cocky enough for themselves to actually feel like they can dictate and control how the rest of the world should operate. When these traditions and customs in different societies in West Africa and all over the continent have been absolutely fine without anyone else's influences culturally. So Sister Cheryl is adamant with her position to self-please. I don't think no man in this chat is going to tell a woman in America what to do with their bodies. But the goal for Africa and Africans is that we need you to procreate. We have to continue for our name and our lineages to live on and on and on. Is that going to stop a woman from being able to do all of those other things? Nah, in America, a woman to please herself and then turn around and still have sex with a man. No one is not saying that. But because she's so adamant about her point, this is earlier Kofi, and you could hear it. It got real heated, but he was trying to say what he needed to say, and she would never let him say what he was going to say. So this extends out another couple of hours, and then let's see how this goes with Unc when he speaks.
Look it up. But listen.
The hedgehog.
You attacking me. Please don't attack me.
Let me finish this.
Go ahead.
The hedgehog pleases itself so much that you gotta bathe it damn near 2-3 times a day because it has semen on the fur. So animals do.
So the hedgehog.
Whoa, wait
So the hedgehog can please herself.
Yes,
so the hedgehog
whether it's a male or female that please themselves. Now let me finish this.
Okay.
And
all
the
right.
hedgehog is still procreating. They're still procreating.
So you can go lay with a woman right now and procreate.
I didn't say that. You're missing my point. We're talking about self-pleasing. Yes.
Right.
I can self-please myself.
Listen, she missed Kofi's question. And this is why I said some of these arguments don't have any type of control, and you're trying to gain control when you have a sister who is stuck on self-pleasing. Kofi just asked her, so a sonic hedgehog can self-please and still procreate. She never heard the question. She was fixated at self-pleasing. So the sonic hedgehog can self-please and procreate. So you can self-please and still procreate. You can go please yourself right now and get pregnant. That's what he just asked her. But she never heard the question, and it will never get a real answer. Although she says yes, but she's only saying yes to what she is referring to. She's not saying yes to anything other than what she's already got made up in her mind. Love, Sister Cheryl. But these are the things that we're extracting at a time. I'm on the panel. I ain't interrupted or nothing. I'm gonna let Kofi fight this battle.
Right now, and don't be with the man.
I'm against that totally. I'm against that because again, when you go to self-pleasing,
don't you masturbate?
No, I do not. No, I do not.
Well, you are on the damn 2% men that don't, because men start masturbating at very early ages. So don't tell me.
Now, I will say this for sure. Some of her information can be scanty. And because of the way she talks in the high-pitched voice, it would exude certain things. But for some people who really don't know, there's 9 animals that masturbate. Right? There's 9 animals that masturbate. But she never actually heard the question, can this hedgehog self-please and procreate? The answer to the question is no. So now she's got Kofi arguing stuff that he shouldn't even be arguing because he didn't stick to the presentation. He allowed her to stay stuck on the other things, and that's why I turned. But this was made a mockery because she was on there going in and going in and going in, and then it ends up on Garfield channel. So he go,
about those 2 things, right? There's no real evidence that we just did this, like the Africans were straight missionary. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe that. But I know we just didn't put our sex on the forefront, like, say, quote unquote, European nations. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
we have respectable ways
now,
of doing it.
Let me finish this real quick, Cheryl. Now, as for marriage, I know marriage is very, very vital and important to African cultural practices. But the reality of the situation is you do not need to be married to, 1, raise your kids, and you know what I'm saying, and 2, take good care of your kids. That, you know what I'm saying, that's a cultural practice. But humans been having babies and staying together before they even came up with a ceremony of marriage. You know what I'm saying? So that's an African thing. Most Homo sapiens, they like to stay together long term anyway. That's just basic what we do. You know what I'm saying? So I understand the actual practice of marriage being around that. But the whole, whenever we mention vaginas, knives, superstitions, we need to have the women to actually weigh in on that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's kind of, you got a bunch of men talking about vaginas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but see.
All right, so here's the issue with what Unc is referring to in this particular conversation, where he says we need to get the women involved in it. There's no problem with involving the women in it. But how many women do we involve in it that is familiar with African traditions and customs? How many women are willing to join in on the conversation that are familiar with those traditions and those customs? There's very few. And so that's one of, I'm bringing this up because these are some of the fights and the battles that has happened, and not many people are familiar with. Now, I laugh at it. I had a good laugh at it. Um, and then it is what it is. But before I go forward, you know, Chavis is back. I know he got some stuff that he want to say. We got Kofi Luther King. I know he got some stuff he want to say, and I want to just bring up some of these things. Now, remember, it's his birthday and anniversary, so don't get too political with what I'm showing and taking offense or anything like that. These are some of the challenging things that you'll never hear on another channel. So when people talk about y'all don't do this or y'all don't do that, this is what I just showed you is one of the most challenging things that you'll ever hear. Kofi's being drowned out by Sister Cheryl. Sister Cheryl on 10, right? And she's saying, Kofi, you're passionate about something. Absolutely. He just did an entire presentation on women's circumcision in Africa. It's not called women's circumcision in America. The topic was never dealt with from Sister Cheryl. She was hung up at masturbation. For her, that was masturbation. So she only wanted to talk about that, and I think that's one of the lessons learned in some of this stuff. So, Brother Chavis, what you got?
I'm just glad we're giving the great elder Kofi his flowers, man. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very necessary, man. This is a very, very genuine dude. I know personally, you know what I'm saying? He didn't help change my whole like direction just because of the his mission, and you know what I'm saying. I resonated with it, and shit. Hopefully, he has many and happy anniversary. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, man. I think that presentation was taken way out of context. Kofi was just bringing you the information. He wasn't saying that he was pro female circumcision or con female circumcision. He neutral. He's just bringing you the information like we do anything else. As far as the masturbation, like he said, Sean said, he bring it to you from an African perspective, and also that's just from a natural perspective too. The initial goal of sex is reproduction. So, I mean, yeah, you can masturbate or whatever you want to do, but at the end of the day, you still gonna have to reproduce offspring to be able to keep your line going, and I'm pretty sure ultimately that's one of the main goals of all organisms on the earth. So I mean, I don't get the pushback with that. Like you said, I think it was just female circumcision that just set off triggers. Masturbation probably something that she's heavily into. I don't know. It had to be if it was such a trigger, because it was obviously a trigger. But I don't know, man. Kofi was just bringing it to you, man. That's what we do. We bring you the good, the bad, and the ugly. We don't just bring you things that we agree on or we agree with. We bring you the information, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Mm-hmm. But again, you know, that was instrumental. So, and very necessary. Now I want to kind of switch back a little bit, and you know what I'm saying. She was triggered. She was triggered. She admitted it. But I don't want to play too much of it. I want to get into some that I had mentioned to everybody earlier.
I knew his butt was finna come in soon.
All right. So in this particular bill, this is Fatu Saying Gay and the Gay and Gyro Skills Academy, where we have our books, volume 1 and volume 2, and our scholarship a part of. So most people don't even still know about it, even though we've been pushing it for a while.
As soon as I hit the live,
so let me see if I can get us to the point to where he begins the presentation. And he does this presentation.
Yeah, you good.
He does this presentation in honor of introducing the scholarship. I think not in this one. Is it in this one? He do the scholarship. Oh, let's get to the end. Let me see. Nah, I think this is the show the love part. But they do have our book in this particular bill. And yep. And I have to get to the one with the scholarship thing in it. But this is the graduates from, and this is Fatu Saying Gay right here in the center. She practices Fatru, but she's also Muslim, which means that although, they are converted Muslims, they still practice their traditionals in secrecy and their own secrecy and things of that nature, and it's respected among them like that. For some they just straight on the Muslim stuff. But anyway, this is Fatu and the graduating class. And so he goes in and he pays homage to Fatu. Now, she's in the Gambia. That's where she's from. He's introducing her directly to you because of the relationships that he actually built. And in each screen, he, pays reference to her as she is educating and doing her thing with her classes. Here's a little bit about Fatu. She studied banking and finance at City Banking College and earns her diploma in the class of 2001. Fatu had a passion as a hairstylist, which she pursued part-time while in the UK. Right? He goes through and introduces her to us throughout this particular presentation. And I don't know why I'm spinning around right now, but the advancement is there. And Tyson is going crazy over here. So her school, they design things. They do hair, chef, create clothing, signs, labels, everything a school could actually do at this academy, it is done at this academy. We have shirts that was made for us in honor from the Skills Academy. You know what I mean? And then there was more people involved in it. Some of the teachers that are involved. You know what I'm saying? And that's our brother right there picked up that pack from DHL. And in that pack, he got what? And this is over Fatu's house. He got the books. So this is proof positive. Volume 1 is there. Of course, we got the video of Volume 2 being there as well. But do you not see the brother? This is pandemic wise, and he's wearing what? A mask. And they were checking temperatures. They weren't playing. All right. And then he shows Brother Omar, some of the other teachers that were involved. And you know what I'm saying? Our brother Luke, right here. He's a vice principal. Shout out to Sister Ladosha. Hold on, let me let somebody in that's in the back. Again, this dude keep getting kicked off. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? We got Sister Ladosha, representing. And then let me see what else we got here. Fatu's daughter. I think this is Fatu's daughter. Nope, that's Comfort. Safi Comfort. Her daughter somewhere in here. Fatu. You know, for all y'all single men out there trying to get you an African woman. You know what I'm saying? It's Ladosha books. You know what I'm saying? Sister Ladosha with the book. Yeah. And of course, y'all know we got the video with the students in it, right? There go the students right there. A lot of these students participated in the reading and writing essay that we put on that would and even other kids that would help them earn the scholarship, and then we disseminated it. So hold on, let me get to this part. I'm gonna play this part of the video.
You good over this end?
You good. You good, Kofi.
All right. I'll play this. Yeah, who is this, y'all?
I thank Joe Persley for thinking about us.
Who is this, y'all? Y'all should know who this is now.
To know who you are and what you have done. He said the spares are moving all the way, they're flying all the way to Africa, but we have accepted it. And we've accepted it in good faith, and we accepted it with the brains that we had, the beauty that we have. We have beauty, but we have brains.
Hold on now. This is Sister Fatu telling you that we sending the spears.
She said the spears flying all the way to Africa.
All the way to Africa. That's why I wanted to play this. And she rightfully accepts. You see it up top, say Gambian TV. So this was aired over there. But let's continue.
I thank Joe Persley for thinking about us.
Hey, somebody tell me, hold up. Oh, that was the video.
Who is this, y'all? Y'all should know who this is now.
To know who you are and what you have done. He said the spares are moving all the way, they're flying all the way to Africa, but we have accepted it. And we've accepted it in good faith, and we accepted it with the brains that we had, the beauty that we have. We have beauty, but we have brains. We don't only have beauty. I believe Gajora have beauty and brains, and the beauty and brains will shine and rise with this book and read it, and then come out with the best essay that everybody will love and appreciate. I thank Joe Persley for thinking about us and flying all the way the books from the US to here. And I also thank Ladosa Wright for always having us in mind and believing in us. This is the belief that she has in us. She believes that we can do it. Ladosa believes that Gajora can, and yes, we can. I believe if I ask a question, you all say yes, we can. With the leadership of the Gajora team, we have Alu leading the process with Omar Champion Cham, Saho, and Safi also leading the process to make sure this is happening. We have Mr. Gay to also evaluate what they're doing. They're all young people.
Pause it real quick. And I'll play some more of the video. Who is this? They already she done say who it was. But people, I want people to really know who this woman is. Please know who this woman is. This is Fatu Sangay. This is her speaking. This is the founder of the school. Who is this guy right here? Who is this guy? You ought to know who those eyes is. I'll get back to him. Y'all let me know who he is.
But we must have a father to run us. And Mr. Gay is here to run the show, to help them, to see how best it can be, the objective can be achieved. Whatever we do, we have an objective aside. And we want this objective to be achieved. That is why we do not choose. We said, let you come out and have a choice, be passionate about it, then you'll do it. Because we believe in passion. We believe whatever people do and excel, they have a passion in it. That is why they do it and excel in it. Right? So take your time, read it, understand, and then come out with it. You're the best. That is why you have the best. Thank you very much.
So they finna welcome up the students right here. This brother here, y'all should know who these two guys are. This is Madhu Sahu right here. And this is Omar Champion Cham right here. Omar is the main coordinator over the whole writing essay. He's also over the advertisement. He's also helping the students out with the writing of the essay. And Madhu is responsible for the uploading of videos and contents on his page, school page, and the website.
So I'm playing this because it's crucial. This is when we actually did launch the book reading and essay competition. So what we did was not only did we have a scholarship that was out there for a female who won it, two females that actually from Black Panthers, and then the KPRT. The writing essay, there was money involved in the writing essay, and the winners of the writing essay won a substantial amount of money in Gambian dollars. So the US dollar was big enough for them to do that. Now I know how much the money was because I was equally involved in a certain amount of money that would go forward in that. And then Sister Ladosha, she wanted to ruffle the thing up. As you can see her in the chat, peace to Sister Ladosha. Kofi, he wanted to ruffle it up. So we ended up just putting some money together between us, and we loaded the pot. And we had the team facilitated some funds into that. So we loaded the pot to make sure that these people won a substantial amount of money that at this particular time and juncture was life-changing. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say life-changing, but I would say influential during these times, because our dollars just outweighed their dollars. And if they got if we gave them like $50 or something like that, that was like I forget how much that is in Gambian money. Sister Ladosha, if you remember the difference, because I had it wrote down somewhere. We were trying to make it where it would suffice. Their involvement would be they would get compensated very well for their involvement. So it is what it is. But let me let this ride out.
So this again, Madu and Omar. So now they finna start presenting the books to the students. And this, hold on, let's get a good picture. All right, this person here, I showed you a brief picture of him a while ago. This is Adama Gay. And excuse me, Sister Fatu, if I'm pronouncing your husband's name wrong. I think it's Adama. I've been trying to get all the names correct today, but this is her husband. He's over finance and over the administrator. He's administrator executive of the Gay and Journal Skills Academy too. You can follow him on Facebook too. I think it's ADAMAGAYE. Go follow him on Facebook. Become his friend.
So if the winner won $200, they got 10,770 Gambian dollars. I'm gonna say it again. If we give one person $200, that person gets 10,770 Gambian dollars, or something like that. It's crazy. Crazy. And you see what Sister Ladosha says. One Gambian dollar pretty much is 0.0019 US. So 19, you know what I'm saying? It's not even a cent. So we get them 200. They come up. That's come up type money.
Aji Fatumane. Good. Mariama Sambu. Who is this rude boy here with the dreads right here with the glasses on?
Alu. Brother Alu.
That's Alu.
All right, real quick. All of these sisters, and then I believe it's a brother that comes up, they all participated in the reading essay. And Sutek was asleep. Satep and Ra was probably getting up to go to work. Vasa was nowhere to be found, sleep. T'Challa sleep. Me and Kofi was up at 5 a.m. to talk to them when they were going through the book and they wanted to ask questions. And it was a privilege that we're live with them on Facebook Messenger because of Alu and also some type of internet way where we could watch them read the book or read a chapter. I think they read 2 chapters that day, but they would read and then they would ask questions. But there was something that I said to in the chapter about Kemet that inspired a lot of them and talking about their own culture and liberating their minds and themselves. They were speaking as if we were educating them on their lives and they had no idea of the history involved around them. They were so secluded to the influence of Islam and the Arab as far as their teachings and learnings. They couldn't think bigger than outside of their surroundings. And this was a reality. This was really a reality. So we got major feedback from them in that conversation on that live call where we were able to answer questions and kind of deal with the specifics of the books because they were wrapping the book up at that particular juncture and then getting prepared to write their essays. So it was a huge pleasure, and it would never have happened if it wasn't for Sister LaDosha. But it was a huge pleasure in being involved in that. And because of Kofi and Sister LaDosha's relationship, it involved into Kofi and Sister Fatu's relationship, and everything sprouted organically. We're really late and behind the 8 ball on trying to get the volume 2 essay and stuff out, but there's some financial things that we all have to take into account and get situated so that we can make those things happen. And we haven't took the time to actually do that, but we need to get that taken care of immediately. I don't know if anyone wants to participate in connecting those dots and being involved in such a project, but there's opportunity for others to get involved in this particular project, especially with like investing in this particular project for the writing essays and to put this whole thing out because we want to do something along the lines of advertising it, making it an event, and being able to award those people, and that there's a dollar amount that we've already gotten from them that has to go into that. So these are the things that we've been doing, and if it wasn't for Kofi's ability to make itself available to so many different people, no matter if you're in Africa or if you're in America, we don't get to this particular point in this particular juncture. So it is what it is at this particular hold up. I'm trying to see. Oh, yeah. Hey, Sister LaDosha, you better say Kofi Potts our research team. But nah, we know what you're saying. But that's what it is. So it's always been that love thing. I don't know if the brothers want to speak to it. If Sutek, if you want to speak to it, before I move on to the next little bill, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna try to ride this thing out. I know Kofi, you ain't paying attention right now, but I'm gonna try to get as much as I can out there.
Nah, man. All I gotta say is it's a dope experience to be able to have a super dope connection to be able to have, like Sister LaDosha said in the chat, is we not allowing the transatlantic slave trade or any other quote unquote powers that be to longer or to no longer hold us and division. Like, you know what I'm saying? We building connections with people from the region of Africa where I actually come from. And I just feel like that's super dope. It's dope as shit. And we very much so appreciate you, Sister Ladosha, because without you, this would have never happened.
Facts. Chaves?
Man, I just thought it was like inspirational, and my main focus that I just targeted on is just how Kofi make it so he made it so everybody could talk, like get to know those people. Like I didn't have conversations, you know what I'm saying, with some of them people, and they like you get to hear about they circumstances over there, and it's just two different realities going on, and you be thinking you got it bad, but in reality, like it ain't even that crucial for you. These people out here got way more serious stuff going on. But it's just dope that Kofi's always, the plug, you know what I'm saying? Like to connecting everybody to be able to letting everybody be able to experience different process. Like even with the comprehension book, he just the dude's mind is. I tell him all the time, he got a gold mind. He just come up with ideas just off the fly, and they be like, hell yeah, you know that's I'm gonna do that. Or he just black entrepreneurial excellence, man. That's it.
All right. So what I also want to do now is get to the next, and I think this is only fitting that I actually do this, but not too many people would have done this type of a show right here, and expose someone who's not really a part of the community to this particular community because of memes, because of video playbacks, because of insults, disrespect, the lack of appreciation, and so on and so forth. But Kofi does a show about the hesitancy about getting vaccinated and having a live conversation with his wife. And one of those tools, instrumental tools, is that I had the privilege, and brother Unc had the privilege of speaking directly to his wife in regards to our studies and what we've learned, and why she should be vaccinated, because she was hesitant. She didn't want to deal with it. She had contracted it before. She went through some tough times. She developed a breathing problem that didn't subside until after she was vaccinated. And he was really concerned about his wife. He didn't want to quarantine in an opposite room away from his wife. It was difficult for him to be able to do that, but it was something that had to be done and things like that. And as you can see, today is not only just his birthday, but their anniversary. And ultimately, he really don't move without her. I seen it my own two eyes, and I know that he really doesn't like to travel without her. So, man, this conversation was impactful, but also she said she learned a whole lot, and she even took notes. And there's some things that uh, she spoke on in this particular bill that other people didn't. Kofi tried to format this in a way that would be a learning asset for others. He talked about the scientific method in this. He talked about uh, the different stages of SARS, and he said he used some of the stuff that I had in the book. He used in some of these slides that he put together, to start the conversation. And so here's him and his wife, and let me see if I can get to a part to where he stopped talking, and well, he actually reading from the book. So let's see what Kofi got in his hands and what he's reading right here.
What Sarge COVID taught me, and again, I have read the entire book from front to back, even the bonus chapters that are added in the back of the book. I've read it from front to back. It's a great jam-packed with information. And it answers a lot of questions and concerns that my wife may have, and may someone else that you may know that may have. But let's talk about what is a virus. I want to read something from page, let me get my little notes up. Let me get my notes up. All right, I'm gonna see what page I'm gonna start from. So let's see what a virus is, man, because a lot of people think viruses are made in a lab, and actually one of the people in the dirty disinformation dozen, they actually make the claim too that viruses are made in the lab, and a lot of our people have said the same thing. I have talked to people and say that this is it's man-made, you know, and we know that virus has been here longer than we have. Hold on, let me switch the camera. All right. I'm trying to see what page I want to start on. Where did I write it down at? I may can just flip right to it. Y'all give me just a second because I wrote I can find it because I don't know. I don't got notes everywhere. But let me find. I think it's on page 14. Okay. Let's see. This is from Sean's book. This is Understanding Viruses, Chapter 1. The one start at the top. It says, "What are viruses?" And he has the source down here at the bottom. Everything that we publish, if we citing something, we have the site for you to actually go do your own research. It says, what is a virus? A virus is a microscopic infection that are called obligated parasites and their host cells. Viruses spread from cell to cell via infection, particularly called virions. I'm gonna read that again. It says viruses spread from cell to cell via infectious particles called virions, which contains genomes comprised of RNA and DNA surrounded by a protected protein coat. Upon particles entry of the dissociation in the host cells, the viral genome directs the synthesis of viral components by cellular system. Progenitor virus particles are formed in the affected cell by the de novo self-assembly from the newly synthesized component. In Vincent, I'm not even going to say his last name, but he's a virologist, lecture on viruses. He states a virus is an infectious obligated intracellular parasite comprised of genetic material, DNA and RNA, often surrounds by a protein coat, sometimes in the membrane. But it was in his breakdown that caught my attention of his stated infection just means it can come from cell to cell and from host to host. Obligated intracellular means that the virus has to get into a cell in order to produce a parasite. A parasite means one organism taking.
Hold on, real quick. I want to pause it. I did a show, Vasa, a couple of weeks ago. I actually talked about the Marburg virus outbreak and how they had to isolate those individuals. And what this virus does is it will attack and eat up your brain. Whoever is infected, they usually it has a like 90-something% fatality rate. This virus is serious. It's had other instances where it has emerged before, but it hasn't went into one of those epidemic or pandemic phases to where it just was it hasn't went global, really. You know what I mean? It's pretty much been like an isolated incident as far as where it's contained, and they deal with it in a manner to where they can get it off. But yes, I talked a little bit about it. I haven't really elaborated on it more because it's not evolving in a manner, but I did that on the other. But anyway, so in this particular episode, like I said, Kofi exposes his wife to the conscious community. And she asks her questions, and we have conversations, and I call in, and Aunt calls in. We've already talked to Naya, so she's familiar with us. We have a relationship with Kofi's wife. It's the same love that we show Kofi. When I say we, I'm specifically saying me and the brothers. And you know what I'm saying? It is what it is at this particular point. You know what I'm saying? And so after this conversation, it would lead her into getting vaccinated ultimately through other conversations. Well, yeah, after this, actually, and the conversations that we had prior to add on to that, but just giving her the correct information allowed her to make her own decision in her own comfortable moment. And, you know, Kofi was relieved from that because he was fearful of losing his better half. And he made that known even on this show, how much he was concerned about her health because she had some other things going on like that. So, you know, happy anniversary to brother Kofi and Nanya, and happy birthday to the dear brother Kofi Paisai. I don't know if Sutek or Chavis wanted to add anything into the particular build or speak on any mannerisms, but you know what I'm saying? Let's get it
I
in.
just wanted to just add like to the background how Sean Book helped Kofi like be able to defend this stuff like when he be dealing with people. Like it was deep, like how like because we used to flood the chat with all kind of information. And boys was, you know what I'm saying, trying to keep up, but I could always tell that book once Kofi was even through editing the book, that boy Kofi was just he was solidified, and that's why I was like, yeah, that book, that's the handbook right there. That was just a dope experience to be able to witness.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. But yeah, man, I think that what you said, just to you know, just to kind of reiterate that, we did see him uh take his time to actually read that book and to educate himself and utilize those sources and information and things like that to just try to bring awareness to his family. I mean, although we had conversations and we knew what he was up against. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the stuff that was being used against him in conversations personally between he and his wife and the oldest daughter was coming from the disinformation dozen. And they were seeing this show up in the book, and then Kofi was able to speak to, you know what I'm saying, the validity of, all right, here's what they're claiming, but here's the evidence. He actually had that all in one place, and they were looking at it, you know, like totally different. I had the privilege of, you know, going to Jackson, Mississippi to see a football game, but my priority was to get with my brother Kofi, and we sit down and we ate at a restaurant, and that's not going to be, you know, the last time that we actually sit down and like that cohesively and eat and commune and things like that, because we're working on some other stuff, and hopefully those other things transpire in the future, which would be beneficial for me and him. But if they work out in the future, then you know, hopefully Kofi will be much more closer. Um, and we, you know, our friendship, our brotherhood, our bond, you know, will continue to just sprout, grow, and develop. And then the other brothers, you know what I'm saying, it will be more accessible for the other brothers as well. And we just got to work on Sutek and Chavis at that point, because everybody else would be much more aligned with distance and stuff like that. However, I am going back, and I do plan on having more dinners with the family and building and stuff like that pretty soon. Pretty soon. Trying to kill two birds with one stone and set some stuff up. And like I said, we're all working, man. But it's Kofi's birthday. We need to celebrate the brother, man. He's been through a lot. He's always tried to be a fair guy. Even during the I know Vasa, you gone right now. You might can still tap in, but even through that situation, you know what I'm saying? Because he has a special place in his heart for you, and how certain things transpired, you know what I'm saying, transpired the way that it did, but ultimately the relationship did not dissolve from his end, and I know it did not dissolve from your end. So that has to continue to be something that everybody worked through. You worked through with him, and y'all reestablished that contact that was prior to the whole KPRT situation and after. So, and anybody else out there that actually you say you really rock with Kofi, you know what I mean? Demonstration beats conversation. Period. And again, we can't thank Sister LaDosha enough. She provided an opportunity for us to be able to grow the group, be more than a YouTube, a YouTube group, put out published works, get our published works in libraries, and have us among some of these influential people that she knows, and interviews and things like that she has going on. So, Sutek, man, you got something?
Man, shout out to Big Chill, man, for making that connection to us, to Sister LaDosha. But nah, man, I ain't got too much more, man. Again,
my bad. I called you Sutek, Kofi Luther King. My bad.
Right. Happy birthday, man, again to my brother, Kofi Luther King. You know what I'm saying? Happy anniversary to y'all. Hopefully y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. I don't know nothing about no swimming, but good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, man, you gotta get in that pool, man. You know what I'm saying?
My boy going swimming. You know what I'm saying? Square business. That's by default.
He might dip his toes in.
That boy, he finna skinny dip. He finna
go ahead,
cannonball.
Yeah.
You about to cannonball.
Yeah.
We'll beat you up behind Kofi. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna just leave it at that. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah. So, man, look, we appreciate everybody, even the people that participated in everything that we actually did. Whether you bought a book from us, whether you wrote articles to be included in, you know what I'm saying, in the Spears collections, man. For many people who slept on that, like we got Brother Lavelle in the chat. He was instrumental in that. We had Sister Bonita in the chat. She was instrumental. Her and her husband co-wrote. You understand me? They co-wrote some stuff and put it in that particular manual, man. Get that, support that. We got plenty of people in there, man. You know what I'm saying? We got Sister Trimmett. She was in that thing. We got a couple of people that was in there. Look for some work that's coming from one of our brothers that was actually in the chat. And I ain't said, hadn't said anything as of late, but we got a bunch of things that we're going to continue to work on and iron those things out, man. We ain't stopped writing, you know what I'm saying? We know some people look at writing differently all of a sudden, and these personalities have led to some people not even being interested in reading, but hopefully we can get that back and we can inspire the next generation of writers, authors, what we want to say, activists, educational activists, you know what I'm saying, and podcasters, music producers, and all the other things that we actually got going on. So we want to make sure that we do that and handle our business. But yeah, man, big ups to brother Kofi, and all he do, and sister Nanya. You know what I'm saying? We with y'all all the way. And let me see what we got in store, man. Because, you know, Sutek, he be coming up with some stuff. Let me get over here and get with this. Sutek, where it go? Let me say, nah, I already played it at the beginning. Yeah, so I'm gonna end it how I began it. You know what I'm saying? And peace to everybody, man. Stay tuned for whatever we got going on. Brother Chaders was supposed to be live. I don't know what's going on with that, but hopefully.
Yeah, man. I'm waiting on my plug, my charger plug. My dog chewed that boy up. So coming Saturday. And I'm back in motion.
Well, soon in the
already got something lined up, cocked in the chamber. You know what I'm saying? Stay loaded. So yeah, be on the lookout for that probably Saturday.
Tap into there, y'all, and we up out of here.
It's in the place where y'all get a share. Niggas gon' hate, do I look like I care? I was dealing with pain, frustrated with life. How many were there? Thanks to the few for staying true. My oldest to you, it all comes with paying your dues. Some couldn't walk a day in my shoes. Light on my feet, never lie in the ass. You hummingbirds can't say you mumbling word, I'm way out of your class. Oh, do I say I mastered degrees? Life is a test, every day is a task. Progress to your best, give it all that you have. Rip up the block, fill the paint off the ass. Never lose sight of your goals. I made diamonds from doubt. Turn my grief into gold. My destiny was set in stone. They selling ass and selling souls. Hands off a cider, hands off my pocket. You know that chopper, bodies probably rock the blocker. All they heard was bow, bow, bow. Sound like Waka Flocka. Straight to the top about it, ain't no doubt about it. Best believe we on the road. No limit, so we body, chiefing on a whole lot of woe. Number one with a bullet, no. Similarly, boost hit the function, we Hennessy. I feel like 96 Tennessee. Yeah, ho, I'm on they head, fo. Always ignoring the sound. Now I put more in they mouth. Don't call me your king when y'all giving whores the crown. Y'all niggas watered down in me. I'm prohibitionary liquor. I'm like a 9 on the Brooklyn Sublime state of mind, no ordinary nigga.